So, reflecting on my Big Five personality assessment and my self-confidence scores, I really generally have a fairly low self-confidence in myself. Um, the way my personality can promote my self-confidence um, generally stems from a fact that I kind of just don't care what other people think about me. I like me, and that gives me the self-confidence to do me, I guess. How does my personality deter my self-confidence? I scored pretty low on openness for new exercises, which kind of surprised me because I do consider myself to be pretty open to trying new things. Um, and I know it's not really quite answering the question, but I think that my lack of self-confidence may be deterring my openness to try new things. Instead of my personality deterring my self-confidence, I think maybe my self-confidence is kind of steering my personality in the direction that it may be. I also scored pretty low on extroversion, so I think that tendency to be introverted might also be affecting my low self-confidence, or maybe vice versa. Um, Reasons why it's important to know your students for me, an adapted PE teacher, is because, like I've said, special needs students can have a tendency to have an aversion to physical activity. So knowing their personality and things that they like or don't like will be important to help motivate them and keep them engaged. It'll also help to know them and their personality so that I know how far I can push them and when to just let go and let them be. Components of my personality that are relatively stable traits from these big five components. Conscientiousness. I am well organized and reliable, self-disciplined and careful. I always have been, and it's something that tends to stay pretty stable. As well as my agreeableness. Pretty supportive and sympathetic and just kind of good-natured and go with the flow kind of person. Which also ties into the neuroticism, which is another stable trait. I'm pretty reserved and relaxed most of the time. The ones that change according to circumstance are my openness to experience and my extroversion. It really all depends on the circumstances, what I'm doing. I get extremely shy and hate talking in public, and so those are things that I tend to steer away from, experiences I don't really like to get involved in. But I'm working on it. This class is helping. These classes online are helping. Thoughts when I consider that God gives me the strength to do all things. It makes me feel safe and empowered, makes me feel like I can do anything, that anything He puts in front of me I can handle and I can succeed and I can do it. I saw once a meme that I thought was pretty funny that said, if God gives us only what we can handle, that He must think I'm a real badass, and that's something I kind of tend to giggle at and relate to. Having confidence in yourself will actually give you more freedom and peace. Absolutely, the freedom to explore new ideas, the peace to be okay with whatever the outcome may be, and that sort of confidence will just give you that extra push to take life as it comes.